I wanted to ask you also, we know people are struggling with rising energy bills, have been for the last 2 or 3 years. There has been an energy bill bit of news recently that sees that maybe they will start coming down for some of us. Where are we at in that regard, and what guidance can you give for someone finding it difficult to keep up with these sorts of costs?
Just in terms of energy bills and what people can do, again, please access Money Helper. We have created a lot of really great content around household bills, trying to reduce your energy bills. We've even created, it's called a Bill Prioritiser tool. And what people can do is they access the tool. On there, there'll be a range of different bills. They just click onto the bills that they're, struggling to make repayments on. And then it will take you down a referral pathway and provide you with organisations where you can go and get help and support. The other thing that I would like to mention as well is there's lots of unclaimed benefits out there. So we have a great benefits calculator as well. And so again, there might be some benefits, unclaimed benefits that they could claim, which would help towards their energy bills, like things like warm home discount schemes, those sorts of things. So again, it's just being aware of what's out there, what they can have a look at, what sort of things can they meet criteria with. Again, around the energy bills as well. I mean, it's boiling hot at the moment, but one of the things we try and encourage people to also think about is things to do with like cavity wall insulation and grants around those, and do they meet the criteria for that? The other thing to be mindful of as well is when it comes to your energy bills is, for example, those that are of pensionable age or, families with children under 5, are they on the priority services register with their utility companies as well? Because again, then the utility companies will be aware of that and will put them at the top when it comes to things like helping them, supporting them, with their energy bills and things as well.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. It's a really detailed answer. My own utility supplier reached out to us last winter and said, if you would use if you could change your utility usage timings to after, say, 6:30 p.m. in the evening, and you did it for a consistent number of days, we're going to give you a discount back. And so we decided we would do, anything to do with the dishwasher or the washing machine or the tumble dryer or anything else, we'd push it to later on in the evening, and we did get a small credit back. And I thought, well, that was pretty clever. So that just makes loads of sense, doesn't it?
It does indeed. And the other thing just to be mindful of is around your appliances around the home as well. Things like your dishwasher, make sure you're filling them to the brim before you switch them on.
Yeah.
Your washing machine cycles, can you potentially reduce the number of loads you're doing? Again, around tumble dryers, for those of you that are fortunate enough to have a tumble dryer, can you potentially think about pre-drying your clothes before you popping them into the tumble dryer? Yeah. So it's all these little ways of thinking about things. I always talk about, we do some comparisons around the cooking and food appliances. Some of the cheapest ways to cook now is using a slow cooker rather than an electric oven.
Yeah.
If you are using an electric oven, that second shelf tends not to get used. So when you're making your meal, can you think of a smarter way around, say, if you're making some chicken and pasta?
Else at the same time?
So can you put pasta into a metal tray and pop it into that second shelf of that oven to make sure you're using, your kind of the whole of your oven, and hopefully reducing some of your energy costs. Things on standby as well. You'd be shocked at how many things are on standby.
Yeah.
Why are they on standby if you're not using them? Just switch them off.
I had this conversation with my wife actually, because there was this thing plugged in and it had a light on it, and I said, that's using electricity. She said, it's not using electricity, there's nothing on it. And I said, but there's a light on it. If there's something glowing on it, there's a light. It must be drawing some electricity to do that. I'm fascinated about the pre-drying. So we've got a whirligig washing line at the end of our garden, and some members of the family are like, well, I don't want to put it on there because the clothes come in quite brittle. And I love, because they smell great when they've been dried outside. But I said, well, why don't you dry them mostly out there and then put them in the tumble dryer to just soften them up, because there's warmth in that, and then they come out softer. So that's that, isn't it? It's pre-drying.
That's exactly what I do, because my towels come out really rough.
Yeah.
So I just pop them in the dryer for like 5 minutes, and it makes them lovely and fluffy again. So there you go. But I've not used the dryer for more than 5 minutes.
Okay, that is brilliant. So that is the big tip from this one today. Pre-dry your clothes, especially during the summer when we're all moaning about how hot it is. Let's at least use the power of the sun to help us have our lower utility costs.
That's right. And if I could just mention as well, on our Money Helper, we have, again, lots of information, but we also have links to other sites. And if our consumers haven't already, then I would strongly recommend them becoming a member of Money Saving Expert.
Yeah.
2 reasons. First of all, you get an email literally on a weekly basis with lots of really useful information.
Yeah.
Secondly, they've created an energy club. Okay. And the great thing with the energy club is you can then compare the best energy deals. And again, this is all free.
Yeah.
So please have a think about that.
I'm really glad you mentioned Money Saving Expert, because I wondered whether or not you were friends of, or whether they were like a competitor, because they kind of do stuff that's helpful as well, and you're doing stuff that's helpful. I'm really glad you positively mentioned them, because I was going to drop their name in.
No. We work alongside them, and in fact, some of our colleagues in the pensions team have been on some of the live shows, and given some information and guidance around our pension service. So no, we're very good allies with Money Saving Expert.
I get that weekly email from them, and I just it's people do get a bit anxious about emails landing weekly, and they feel like they're being spammed. But I know what it is when it lands. I just quickly scan down it and think, do any of those apply to me? Yes, they do. I'll have a quick read of that one, or if not, I'll just delete the email. But I'd rather have that information than not.
Yes.
So it's really clever.